Alright, welcome to watch new video on my channel. It's been a while since I made the last video, and this video will be titled what on earth is happening? And that's a really good question now. I don't really know if you've paid attention recently. You must have. But I guess the world seems to be in some kind of a mess right now. You can think about all the political crises and economic and all these things, wars and such happening all around the world, and it's problematic to say the least. Okay, but it's pretty hard to say, or I can only offer my own humble and honest opinion about what's going on, and there are many ways I can express it. One good way would be to describe what is happening in the world is the sort of a paradigm change that the old institutions and structures like let's say, for instance, the media, whether it's cable television or newspapers, are drifting away, and the new forms of independent and citizen-based journalism are not only it is cheaper to produce, and the old corporate media has hard time competing that, and that the bias of the media, at least in many parts of the world, and many parts that thought they were free or had no that kind of invading agenda, people realized that that's not the case, and what they thought they were having was they thought they had the freedom of speech and a working democracy, but that's not the case around, at least in many parts of the Western world. So what will happen, besides more chaos and kind of lack of vision, so to speak, about how to tackle these problems we as a humanity are facing around the world, wars and economic strife and poverty and illness alike, and also there's this kind of a sickness of the mind in a way that is also being portrayed by the political class and the mouthpiece media that only serves the financial interests. Within the US, you have certainly one faction behind Trump, and other faction, for all intents and purposes we can call it the deep state or the shadow government or the continuity of government COG apparatus, combined of the intelligence, corporate and military industrial complex, ever since the Second World War. And so you have that strife of these neoliberal economic terrorists and opportunists, for that matter, who are losing control of the United States and for the past at least 50 years they've been managed to use United States as a personal army and sort of a vehicle. The bankers and the other financial interests, the powerful, have managed to control the major institutions of the United States government, and now that whole old structure is being dismantled in front of our eyes. There, people are losing faith to the old institutions, the media, the all I can think of. Actually, that's why I'm making this video. On this particular video, I made hundreds of videos in my uneventful YouTube career, but for many, this game describes the 80s Japan. The 80s Japan, or the economic and social climate that was in Japan in the late 80s was really kind of this flamboyant and flashy, and you know, they had somehow, at least on the outside, the economy was booming, and that was the main reason that everybody felt somewhat secured about the future, and was spending a lot of money, as you can see. So it was a pretty lavish lifestyle, and everything had fun, and obviously there was this excess, but during our day and age, this sort of excess, this extreme polarization, let's say, between the haves and have-nots, and the ones that are in the know, and the rest of us who only operate on need-to-know basis inside society. So those are the basic lines there. One can see the paradigm shift, and it's basically happening all over the world thanks to internet. There's the populist uprising. That's one thing I can mention that is truly happening, and I can really put my money and bet that the European Union is not going to survive for long. It's gonna suffer the same fate as Soviet Union. So overnight it will, I guess, topple down. So it's all about facade at this point, and I guess that's about it. And without going into final detail of what's going on, but this is a somewhat clear cut and a very limited though presentation of what is happening now currently at the moment. So let's, if we move in time, month back, month forward, those trends will be there, those same strifes will be going on, and as you can see now currently the establishment in the United States are trying to accuse all of Trump's cabinet or regime of having connections to Russia, and that's just, that kind of bluff is going to go on, and they will do whatever done they think they can get away with. So there's a war within the different factions of the government that form the government, that operate within the government of the United States of America. And that's one notable thing about, and we don't know which side is going to win ultimately, but the damage is done, and it will be irreversible. Alright, thanks for watching.